Let's go to James, the trucker in California. Hey, James.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. Sounds like your rig has problems this morning.
Nah, I'm going up I-5. It's not the smoothest road in the highest road.
All right. What do you got today?
I stopped off at a horror house out in Nevada the other night.
You did?
Yep.
And?
Is this a three-part joke?
No, I think I'm pretty sure got stopped. She talked me into paying a whole hour, and she said I could have the whole hour due, how many times I wanted. Yeah, about 10 minutes, that was it. Cut me off, kicked me out the door.
You blew your first one in 10 minutes, and she said you're done?
Yeah, she whipped out this little vibrator thing and stuck it underneath my sack, and that was it. I was done, and she got up, got dressed, and kicked me out the door.
Jim?
Yep.
Is this protocol?
Yeah, they call it how many cups you can get. Can you get more than 1 cup or 2 cups for the hour? But normally I pop once. But yeah, some say you can get more than once, but you're dumb if you believe that.
So it's like either you come or an hour, whatever comes first.
They never give you an hour, dude. Unless it's a high class
course
place.
not.
Never. It's gonna be uncomfortable. They're gonna try to rush you. They stink.
She took me on a tour and showed me the VIP room with the hot tub and the chains on the walls and said that, $350, you get 2 hours in here. Well, I'm glad I didn't pay for the $350.
They make you come and then kick you out, yeah.
Because you finish quick and then you're... Did I tell you some guy tried to rob me when I was getting a whore probably about 2 weeks ago?
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a violent thing. I went to this hotel.
He said, please.
Yeah, it wasn't violent.
Yeah.
I went to get a whore online that I had talked to online, and I called her, and I show up there, and she opens the door, and she goes, all right, baby, I'm letting somebody out. Give me 5 minutes, which is kind of annoying, but I'm like, all right, why not? So I go wait in this area of the hotel, and this black guy walks out, and I see him walking around, ready to get on the elevator, but he's on his cell phone, and I'm on my cell phone. I'm like, why is he hanging out? It's kind of creepy.
If it was a white guy, would you have thought twice
Yeah,
about it?
just because I knew somebody was coming out of that apartment or that hotel room, and I'm like, I just didn't like the vibe of it. So he finally walks over to me, he goes, you waiting to see whatever her name was? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, all right, I'm with her, but you got to pay me before you go in.
Oh,
like
what a gag.
He was implying that he was her.
That's a good game, man, that he's got going.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, she told you she was just letting me out, right? Well, this is how we make sure that there's no He was so good, but I knew he was bullshitting. But I'm like, I got to have that confirmed with her. I'm going to call her number. He's like, well, her number forwards right to my phone. He held his phone up. This guy was terrific, but he kept trying to get me to give him the cash.
Do you mind if we dance with your dates?
Wow. Was his name Sport?
Was
his name Sport? Was he asking if you want to, you could do her in the ass, you could do her in, never mind.
Well, what's that from?
What reference are you trying to do?
That was from Taxi Driver. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Sport. Okay.
All right.
I cursed that microphone is working today.
Oh, all right. I'm putting it away.
No, I was waiting because I knew it meant something.
I knew it was a reference, but
why can't we have technical problems when we want them? Brother Joe, everybody. So now you're going to like cheap hotels and stuff for the hookers?
Well, no, that's where she was staying. She's from out of town. So I go there. This guy tries to get me to give him the money.
He's always got a story.
He was so good, this guy, though. Thank God I have some prostitute savvy.
Right. What did you say?
I'm like, I got to have this confirmed with her. But I didn't want to tell him to go fuck himself because it was fairly legit because sometimes these girls will have a driver. It separates them from the actual cash. So if you're a cop, you can't bust them for anything. So it actually made some
Guy's got a pretty good scam.
Absolutely. But I'm like, I got to have it confirmed with her. He's like, well, you know what? You can just go see another escort because we can't have this. And he's like, look, I just can't have you hanging out here in the lobby. He wasn't menacing or threatening. He's like, I can't have you hanging in the lobby. I'm like, look, let me just talk. And she called me while he was standing there. And she's like, are you coming in? And I'm like, well, I'm talking to your friend. And she's like, my friend? I'm like, yeah, your friend Jay. And she's like, I'll call you right back. So I wound up going down to the lobby, and she called me again. Like, this is from the hallway. And she's like, could you tell security that he's up here hassling me? And whatever, he's trying to rob me. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. I kind of figured. So I called security. I just told security. And they got him out.
Someone's trying to rob the hooker.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. What kind of security?
The hotel had security of some sort. And so then I wait a few minutes. She has to transfer rooms, so I sit there and wait, and she transfers rooms.
This image I'm getting conjured up in my head is just this shithole hotel.
It was
like it's not this nice.
Yeah, how bad was the hotel?
No, it was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't a total dump. I don't remember the name. It was on the Upper West Side somewhere. It was like one of those no-name places, like it's between this and this. And
No, I don't. I know absolutely nothing of what you speak.
Oh, there's a million hotels up there. Like you wouldn't even think they're hotels. You walk by, all of a sudden, looks like a big apartment building. You're like, oh, it's a little hotel.
Just look for the color gentleman on the cell phone in the lobby.
Yeah, with the red coat.
So what'd you get from this one?
I just got a Hummer.
AIDS.
Chlamydia. Chlamydia, right. There you go. That was
Just a Hummer.
Jesus. So did you say anything? Did you see the black gentleman?
I didn't see him
after
actually
that?
leave. I told security, and then I talked to her, and she's like, she switched rooms, and she's like, come on, and her stupid key wouldn't work. She had to go down the lobby 3 times to get a new key. I was so irritated.
Of course you are.
And then so the experience was like, okay, but I'm like,
If you saw the black gentleman, would you have said something like, trying to screw me out of my money?
I did see him once since that. I saw him.
Yes.
I saw him on he's a gang member. I saw him.
Uh-oh.
But no, for what's he gonna get mad at me for? He's
Oh, he
stupid.
was
You're
wearing
trying to
red?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's just trying to scam for some money. No big deal. But you know.
Yeah, you better say no big deal.
When did you see him again?
I was walking. I saw him on a street corner with a but I wasn't.
How do you even recognize them?
The jacket was so. I mean, it could have been somebody else, but the face I remembered. But the jacket was so specific. It was just I couldn't describe it to you. But if I saw it out of 100 jackets, I go, that was it.
Yeah.
And the face, and you know. But you know what? It wasn't a violent confrontation. It was just he was trying to scam for some cash. It was pretty ingenious.
Doesn't that bug
actually.
you?
No,
That really bugs me.
it didn't bug me because it was such. He saw him. He probably didn't. I mean, look at me. I don't look like I've gotten 1,000 prostitutes.
I think it bugs me more because I probably would have fallen for it, been all intimidated and given him the money.
He was
and
so
screwed.
good.
That's why it bugs me.
Yeah,
I
because
totally
you know you're doing something wrong, and you're like, oh God.
Yeah, I bet. I'm being here is wrong. I better just pay this
Let me
guy.
just pay this guy.
And then the girl would have come down, and I said, "Yeah, I paid the guy." What? No, he's not.
That was why.
And I'd have been like,
Wow.
God damn, I got screwed.
But if she would have confirmed
Now
that,
I have to come out of anger.
But Jimmy's savvy.
that I just knew. But it wasn't. He was so good.
Yeah.
He was so good. I was almost tempted because his rap was great. He wasn't flustered when I said, "Look, well, I got to call her." He's like, "Go ahead. Her phone's forwarded to mine." He held up his phone. It was just like he was so comfortable.
Yeah.
He was really good. So I
course
wasn't
he
mad
was.
at him. I wanted to go, Jesus, dude, that was fantastic.
You know what? And it probably works 9
Oh,
out
I'm
of 10
sure it
times
does.
for the guy.
I'm sure it does. He had no money, and he was trying to bang her for free. So I think he might have just been trying to get money to just get laid.
Oh wow.
So that was a motivator.
Oh, then it was a noble cause.
But he was coming out of her room, so he probably
He-
banged her, and then he's trying to
No.
get his money back now through
No,
you.
She told me what happened. She said that he was a black guy, and she normally only sees white guys.
Thank
No,
God
no.
she pointed that out.
Well, no, that fella sure was dirty.
My God.
No, she
Did he
said
seem black to you?
No, she said that he called and said he was a white guy. She's like, and then he shows up and he's black, and a lot of times the girls won't see black guys for because they try to get it for free. But she sees the black guy through the peephole. She lets him in, and he tried to scam free sex, and she's like, no.
Is that known in the industry that black guys will try to scam it for free?
Yeah, I'm not going to mention any names, Keith Robinson, but a friend of mine who used to rob prostitutes. No, they would rob hookers. They would bang them and then make the whores give the money back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he playing
Like
GTA?
Grand
Jesus.
Theft Auto. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get him on the phone. What was his scam? He would bang the hookers and
Give
then rob them?
me the money back, bitch.
No scam.
Yeah, no scam.
Wow, that's subtle. Yeah. All right, bitch.
It was a little trick called hand it back over or you lose your teeth. Ta-da.
Hey, we got a guy that wants to thank you for the tutorial. Pat in Buffalo. What's up, Pat?
Hey, what's going on? I wanted to thank Jimmy for his constant hooker tutorial.
Okay.
It's been very helpful. Thanks to Jimmy, I decided to try this in-call service out of the phone book here. Best experience of my life. I've done this a few times.
Look at
Never
you,
was
Jim,
a
turning
service.
everyone on to hookers all over the country.
Wait, so you went to them?
Oh, yeah. Called up. There's a house in a nice little subdivision out in a nice suburb.
What town, sir?
Blaisdell.
Where's that, Jersey?
It's
Buffalo, he
It's
says.
an okay town.
But
For Buffalo, it's probably, like Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I
Opie.
I'm not a fan of the in-call. I don't like going to the places.
The in-call?
Out-calls when they come to you. In-calls when you go to them.
Knows all the
course.
lingo.
Alcohol's
Yeah,
gotta come to you,
my
Anthony.
neighbors, it just would have been bad to have her show up at the house while the wife's on vacation in
Oh,
New
yeah,
York.
okay.
All right, so you got the number out of the phone book and you went there to Blaisdell or Dale or whatever. Dell, right?
I called up.
whatever.
They told me to go to this corner and call when I get there. They'll give me directions to the house.
What are you setting up a hostage drop? Go to the phone, but be there in 5 minutes or he's dead.
Dude, there's a mistress in Arizona that she makes you meet her at a Burger King, and she blindfolds you and drives you to her house so you don't know where she lives.
Who's doing that?
I would.
Who the hell would do that?
I would.
Who the hell would?
Trixie Bin Laden.
No, I would because she's seen so many people. She has a good reputation on the net.
A good reputation.
She doesn't want freaks knowing exactly her address. So what she'll do is she'll make you meet her at the Burger King. She'll put like a blindfold on you, and then drive you. She probably pulls right into her garage.
That's fucked up.
No, I don't. I would do it in a
Like
second.
getting laid in a bat cave. They knock you out with bat gas.
I'd put a GPS thing in my pocket and knock on a door the next day and go, ha.
Gotcha.
Screw you and your blindfold, bitch.
You have to have a lot of trust
You
to
whore.
allow someone to do that to you.
That type of
Are you
the
insane?
in call is
Wake up like the clown from that movie Vulgar.
Yeah, you finally
Where
saw
you're
Vulgar,
getting
right?
pounded in the
I was
ass by a
nervous
father
when
and
I
two
got
sons.
there,
All right, so
You got to see Vulgar, Jimmy.
You bet I do.
Yeah,
it's a sick flick.
sick movie.
You know, you remind me. My brother would bring home these pigs. He was living in Oyster Bay or whatever, and he was like a caretaker at a really nice house, and he didn't want any of these chicks to know where he lived.
Mm-hmm.
So he would take the long way back to the highway, even though like he literally lived a quarter mile off the Long Island Expressway.
Make it all confusing.
Oh yeah, he would do left, right, and just like go the long way around, just so these
Yeah.
girls could never figure out where.
Why
he
did you just
brought
use
them.
chloroform like everybody else?
Yeah.
Duct tape.
Well, meanwhile, they just see the street name when he gets on Green Street. Oh, I know where this is. It's 4 hours of riding around for nothing.
So, all right. So you called the number, then you met where again? On the street corner?
Oh, yeah, they have me go to this gas station that's around the corner. Then gives the directions to the house. I get there. It's a nice house. I'm still a nervous wreck, though, because I really don't know what I'm walking into.
Right.
Yeah.
But I get there. The girl's hot. She's like 5'2", dark hair, maybe 115 pounds. Really, really sexy girl, so I started feeling better right away. She takes me in this bedroom, gets the money, leaves the room.
Yep.
She comes back in and just like comes up to me, wraps her arms around me, starts hugging me and kissing my neck and undressing me.
And they take the money out of the room. This way, if you're dissatisfied, you can't get the money back. It's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Standard.
And your wife was out of town?
That's a G4 maneuver.
Yeah, we know that.
And your wife was out of town?
Yeah, she was on a little vacation doing some Christmas shopping.
Oh, how
Yeah,
nice.
I'm sure she was.
Nice.
That's where I was supposed to be, too. Was out Christmas shopping for her. I just
Yeah,
decided
you ever
to
think
pick
she's
up
at
a
some
friend
other
before I
house
was out.
somewhere else, my friend? I like these guys. I like, yeah, she was out doing something. I was at the whorehouse. How you so sure where she is?
You think the ladies cheat more than we think?
Because she was with
I
her
think so.
mother and her aunt.
All right. And
I
so,
know exactly where she was.
all right, and the experience was good, huh?
Oh, it's great. She said the most beautiful thing anybody's ever said to me. Do you want me to keep sucking on it?
It is a nice one.
She's a lady.
Whoa. All right, and you learned all this from Jim, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have got the idea if it wasn't for Jim.
Good man.
Are you going?
I got to say thank you.
Promoting prostitution.
Call me when you stop wearing bags, though. That's what I want to hear. When you start going with whores with no bags.
All
You know,
right.
the blowjob was
Rookie.
bareback, and then she asked me if I wanted to put a rubber on, and I chickened out and did.
She gave you the option for full service of bareback?
Absolutely.
And bareback is without
No
condom?
bag.
Okay.
They call it BBBJ, bareback BJ, in a place. But
Yeah.
some very few will offer you real sex without a bag.
All right.
You know, 150 for an hour. I didn't think it was that
That's
bad.
Buffalo. That's nice.
And did he get the whole hour?
About 40 minutes of it.
All right. Well, there you go, Pat. Thank you.
Sure, thanks.
Bye, Pat. A couple more. Let's go to Rich in Rhode Island. Rich?
They got the Buffalo hot pussy up there, which is nice, right? They got that?
What's that?
Nothing. Forget
What
it.
is it?
Let me just hang my head in shame.
What? I don't. What is it?
No, with the hot sauce on it. Oh,
Blue cheese dressing.
it came out of my mouth before I even
Wow.
realized it, Jimmy.
Yeah, champ. Taxi driver.
I
Champ.
hear you. Hey, I could take him. I know.
Buffalo. I didn't. Oof.
You were doing
I
a
don't know
chicken.
what happened.
A chicken wing
It was
joke?
a chicken wing joke and a pussy chicken wing joke. I gotta give myself. Hold on.
It's getting a little chilly in here.
What's that?
It's getting cold in here. Could someone get Martini Steve, please? Richard,
Why is it getting cold for you? I'm hot.
I just didn't get it. It wasn't.
Neither did I. I didn't word it right. It was a disaster, Jimmy.
But sometimes
Just
you're
a complete and utter bomb.
But sometimes you're too intelligent for the room, so maybe you should.
This isn't one of those times.
No, Opie, this.
Do it again, so maybe we could take it in, and maybe we missed something.
No, I won't be doing it again. You're not going to rope me in like that.
Damn. All right, Rich from Rhode Island.
Yeah, I'm actually from Long Island. I'm driving through Rhode Island. But Jim,
Yes.
Jimmy, here's this website. It's called halfpriceescorts.com.
No, I never heard of it.
Half price escort. What the hell do you get from half price?
Name your own price for
Midget
vaginas.
Really, well, the thing is, you got to pay like $10 a month to join, and then they show you the girls' pictures. But it's very technical, like you're talking about. They list if it's in call or out call. They have like half price.
Dude, you can go to Craigslist or Eros Guide for free. Why would you pay? What the girls are going to do, they're going to price themselves at $150, $175, and say normally $350 for some fatso.
You need to write a book, Prostitutes for
the hooker
Dummies.
book.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Norton's hooker book.
You could definitely do that.
Prostitutes
So
for
knowledgeable.
Dummies. That was
It's just awful.
Dude, if you
experience.
wrote a little pamphlet, Prostitutes for Dummies, I'm telling you, we'd sell thousands of them.
Did you ever, early in your hooker going to career, did you ever get taken? Or did something ever happen where you learned something?
Yeah,
Did
one
you ever
time.
give the black guy the money?
No,
Yeah.
never the black guy. But one time in, this is actually in New York years ago. I was this pregnant chick I picked up. This is true.
It's just a mess.
I
love
wound up giving her head. This pregnant chick because she had what I like, which was very big, thick,
it. Meaty.
Yeah. And I went down on her in the car, and she was
Called
great.
the soft spot of the baby's head poking out. Wow, you got a nice meaty one. I like that.
Thank you.
Fontanelle.
Oh, God.
I can feel it kick.
I like one that opens its eye and winks at me. Little baby blue.
You get a heel print right in the teeth. So I went the next time I went to see her. She gave me her number. She lived in Harlem. She was a white girl, and I was living with Florentine in Jersey. And I came back, and she wanted like $150. I wanted to bring her back to Jersey, but she was getting weirded out about going over the bridge and leaving the state to go to New Jersey. So she was like $150, and she's like, "Look, I left a lot of pot on my kitchen table. I got to put this away." She's like, "Just give me $40 so I can just slip it under the door." And I don't know why I believed her.
Oh, wow.
I think because we had seen each other before, and I had her number. I'm like, "Yeah, she's gonna."
Wow.
She's like, "I'll be right back down." I'm like, "All right." And I just sat in the car for like 40 minutes, and I'm like,
When did it start sinking in your head?
15 minutes in, I'm like,
15 minutes.
uh-oh. I'm like, I can't believe she just ripped me off for $40. This dummy. I would have given her $150.
When did you go down on her? On the way?
Oh, no. This is the second time I saw her.
Oh.
That was the only reason I gave her the first time I saw her, we had a great experience parked on like 44th
Thought
Street.
you had a little relationship going with her.
Little
Trust.
something. The kid's
No,
on the way.
no
She
such thing as
Kids on
hooker
the way.
trust.
No.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And she took you for the $40.
just left. But it's very rare. Oh, I almost shared a girl one time with a buddy of mine, and I didn't. The girl ended up going down on me for a minute, but I couldn't get a rod, so my friend banged her, and then I couldn't do anything, so I couldn't get it up, and he eventually died of AIDS years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were that close.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have gotten it from just getting a Hummer, but I mean, that was a close one.
Wow. Was he a good friend or?
Yeah, I know him pretty well from.
Yeah.
I got the guy I knew from being sober.
Oh,
He was the
Wow.
drug addict.
thanks for bringing.
No, I'm not saying that to be sad. I'm just saying sometimes when you're out there, you just
No, really, we're
AIDS in a good way?
real
Yeah.
happy now.
I
Thanks.
think he got. Boy, it's
just
amazing
sucked
how
out-
close he came to getting AIDS, though, or
Yeah.
even close to AIDS.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have caught it.
It's like
you know?
right there with a batch, right in the
Yeah.
girl that you were going to be with. That's,
I
that's
leaned
pretty
over.
close.
I leaned over to whisper something. It was actually AIDS I was talking to.
Wow, you were on the other end of the death rod for a minute.
Yeah, but nothing happened with the girl. I just
Thank
couldn't get
God.
a ride. I was packing a half.
Your cock knew.
Yeah, I think an instinct.
Smelled
So
it.
in the
It's
preface
like a
of the
hound
hooker
dog.
book, there's no such thing as hooker trust.
No, well, no, you get. You know what? No.
No.
I got a couple of them that I see very regularly, and now
No
even
hooker
with them,
trust?
this one got greedy with me, and it was like, "You dummy! Why would you? I give you so much money," and she got greedy over like $40. I won't call her again.
Never again. You showed her.
Well, it's just stupid. I'm a good customer. I'm easy. I'm packing minimal. I mean, I'm
Not going to
clean.
rip up the merchandise.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna. Yeah, exactly. I don't run around like a bull in a china shop when I'm in your box. I just kind of.
You don't put your feet on the seats. You're a nice rider.
I'm
Yeah.
a gentleman. I just play out my nipples. I'll look stupid, and I'll finish in 4 minutes.
We're in the middle of hooker tips with Jim Norton. We got to do a couple more here. It's Matt. What's up, Matt? Matt.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Pumpkin Tits.
How you doing? Thanks for calling the program.
Thank you. Hey, Norton, I had a bad experience. I used to hook up with a girl through, like, a chat line. I was wondering if you ever ran afoul of the law, because I got arrested meeting a girl in a hotel.
Never. I'm very, very careful about what I say and where I go. Even when I would drive around and pick them up, I would never. If they would say, "What do you want to do?" I would never say, "I want to have sex." If I ever got suspicious, I would always say, "Hey, get in the car. Let's go for a ride. We'll just chat." And if they go no, because a cop will never get in the car, I'll go, "Okay, take care. Have a good night." I passed up probably a few legit ones. Always rather err on the side of caution, man. You gotta be really careful.
Wow.
What did they say in the hotel? What'd you get arrested for? You must have said something when you showed up, like, "Here's the money."
Well, no, what happened was
Here's the money. Suck my cock.
Yeah.
Glad you're right. I'm going to bang you hard now. No, I had met this girl a couple times before off a chat line, and I met her on there again, and she's like, "Come on to this hotel. What do you want to do? What are you going to do to me when you get there?" So I start telling her all this stuff.
Okay.
And I'm so friggin' stupid that the other two hotels had, like, outside rooms so I could see. This one I actually had to walk into the hotel and walk through. And I walk by the door, and I hear guys talking inside. So being the genius that I am, I actually take my cell phone out and call the room because she gave me the room number. And she answers the phone, and I'm like, "Are you actually there?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, come on in." So I knock on the door, and, like, 3 doors open, and about 7 cops push me in the room and sit me down and empty my pockets. It was humiliating.
Ouch.
You gotta be. Well, you know what I do? Sometimes this works in the street. If I'm talking to a girl and she's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm kind of like an amateur photographer. Just take some pictures or something."
Oh.
What's illegal about taking pictures? That's not sex. And if they know what the deal is, once they're in the car, and I'll kind of play, "How do I know you're not a cop?" Just joke. If they grab you a mule, then it's like, "All right, look, this is what I want."
Yeah.
But I never say it through the car window.
That car one is very good where you told the people once they get in the car. You know, hey, let's go for a ride.
Let's go for a ride and talk for a little bit.
You know, cops won't get in the car with you,
Absolutely
will they?
not. No, they can't.
And he says it with that twinkle in his eye.
Yeah, just go for a little ride.
Of course.
I'll never forget this one girl was so hot, but there was a taxi cab parked by, and cops use cabs, and I just got a bad vibe. I'm like, "Go away, stupid." So I'm like, "Yeah, take care." And sometimes you just got a chance to, don't be stupid.
Ooh.
Have you ever been arrested?
No. Not that I can't ever be arrested, but I'm very careful. I'm not careless. I don't take it for granted. I'm not a dummy.
But he's been with, like, a crap load of these girls.
Yeah, but he's got, like, spidey sense.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got hooker sense.
Spidey sense.
It just tingles.
And I'll pass
He knows.
I'll pass up a real one before I'll pick up a bad one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so cautious and so paranoid about one time I was talking to this whore.
Holy crap! There's always a one time. I mean, I'm loving it, but the one time never ends with this
Dude,
guy.
I'm talking to a whore. I'm like, "Hey, baby, you want to go for a ride? We'll hang out." And she's just glaring at me. And I realize that my passenger window is down, and there's 2 detectives in a car sitting right there, listening to everything I'm saying. So this hooker is staring at me like, "Just shut your mouth, ass." And I look at the cop, and he goes, "I know. You need directions to the tunnel. Get out of here."
You ass.
Hey, confident sense of humor. I love
That
that.
was close. That was
great.
close. But I hadn't said anything, I guess, completely incriminating. But
That's hilarious.
I wish I did not have a conscience. I got guilt because I could never do that. I would be so petrified.
Of
about
what?
Well, I got a girlfriend, so I can.
you have a hot girl. It's worth it, though. It's different if you're happy in your relationship.
Right.
There is making that move, though, where even if you don't have a girlfriend or anything, just making the move to prostitution. It's kind of a big. You don't understand, Jimmy. It's a big.
It's a
milestone.
God bless you,
It is
fearless warrior.
Yeah, for a normal average guy that's never done it before, that first time is got to be a little petrifying.
How old were you?
19 years old. The first time I ever did it, I was sober, and I told this girl, I couldn't believe I was actually.
Were you
gonna
with friends or? Were
No,
you...
no, I never did that alone. I did once or twice, like years later, but I never went for the group of guys crap. Just me alone.
Oh, the bachelor party. You're serious. You're
Yeah,
hardcore.
please. Yeah, I didn't like that whole, "Hey, let's laugh together." It was like, just beat it, stupid. I want to get sucked off and just be alone.
Let's laugh together.
Yeah, enough of that.
All right, let's say hi to the Gooch in Cleveland. Gooch!
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, fat tits.
Hey, Gooch, how's that snow?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Told you, do something for every state that calls in. I'll have something really funny and clever to say.
I'm excited about it. I had an awful first hooker experience. Found this chick on the internet. Got lost on the way to her house.
The internet?
on the intranet.
Okay.
The internet is for
Hookers.
for
Fat
news.
hookers, apparently.
News? No, the internet is for
For
stock
meeting
quotes?
people.
Stock quotes. is
Email?
good.
The internet is for
Email.
email.
Buying
sending pictures to your grandma.
things on Amazon.
The internet is for.
You can make a map.
Knowledge.
Internet is for porn. Internet is for porn. Me up all night hugging me. Porn to porn. Porn. Porn.
That awful thing stuck in your head.
All right, go ahead, Gooch.
When I got to her place, first thing I saw when I pulled in was all her kids' toys scattered about the lawn.
Hot.
She comes to the door. She's 5'2", 180, just awful and fat. And we got up to her room. I couldn't even get a hard on.
Of course.
Sitting there blowing me, talking about Brett Favre. She was a huge Green Bay fan, and she talked about.
Oh,
Brett
I'm a
Favre.
cheesehead. Oh, I'm giving you cheesehead.
Punch it out, fellas.
That's awful. All right, one or two more, and then we gotta move on to something else. What is this? George in Colorado. What's up, George?
Hey, guys.
Adam Ferrara is going to be in Denver for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, the comedy
Yeah,
works.
unfortunately,
Just drive around until you find the place. Adam has no idea about all the inside gags yet.
I know.
You're gonna have to start.
Nothing.
You're gonna have to start hanging around more. Go ahead, George.
Hey, Jimmy, ever go down to New Mexico?
No, I've never been there, but I'd love to.
I will give you a warning if you go down there. Do not call any of the escort services in the Albuquerque or Santa Fe area.
Why?
They're either all rip-offs or you're jacking yourself.
Yeah, I hate agencies.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of them aren't even agencies. They're, like there was one, I was staying in New Mexico, this trucking company I used to work for. I was down there every other week, and, sometimes I be down there 2 or 3 days, and I'd call one. And I called this one, the agency said, well, that's between you and the girl.
Of course.
And it was a $100 fee just for her to come out.
Yep.
And she showed up, and she said, well, it's $125 for everything. And I said, all right, that sounded decent to me. So I gave her $100 and a quarter, and I ended up jacking myself.
Jacking yourself?
Why? Because it was 125 on top of the 100, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's. She said, well, New Mexico, the state of New Mexico, we're not. She said we can get in trouble. Period. And I just looked at her and I said, get the fuck out of here. When as soon as it's like she gave me this little strip tease and whatnot, and then and she wouldn't even come near me. And I said something to her, and she's like, "Oh, well, we're not allowed to do that. We can get in a lot of trouble." I said, "Well, then what the fuck did I just give you $100 and a quarter for?"
Yeah. So you gave her 100 and a quarter total, right?
I'd make her clean the house or something.
Yeah, do something.
I turned her. I was pissed off at her, and I told her I wanted my money back.
Forget it.
Yeah.
She's like, "No, you ain't getting shit back." And she picked up the phone. She was going to call her driver. And because I had to give him the agency fee, and she picked up her phone, went to call her driver, and I took the phone away from her, and I said, I want my fucking money back. I said, if all I'm gonna do is jack myself, I said, hell, I might as well have not even called you.
Yep.
You should have jacked yourself and then taken a handful of it, like Silence of the Lambs, and thrown it at her face.
Yeah, like multiple MIGs.
Right. Like
there was no way in hell I was letting her out of there until she gave me some of my money back. She gave me I think she gave me like $75 back. But I'll tell you, I got ripped down there once. I called an agency in Albuquerque, and they said it was a businessman special, 2 girls for $300 for 2 hours.
Ugh. This guy's just the hooker loser guy.
No.
So what happened? What happened? They showed up.
The 2 chicks showed up with their driver. I gave the guy the $300, and he went back down to the car, and the 2 girls were there, and I was staying in a fairly nice hotel, and the one chick walks into the bathroom, comes back out 2 seconds later, and she goes, "Oh, we can't do anything. It's my time of the month."
Say, who cares?
And I just looked at her. I said, "So?" I said, "You got an ass."
Should have said you were into crime scene sex.
Right.
Did she drink out of your mule at least?
Yeah, the other one gave me a blowjob, but even then, you could tell she wasn't into it. And I was like, they left, and when I got down to the lobby to check out the next morning, the night desk clerk, he says, "What was the agency you called?" And I just looked at him, and he says, "Yeah," he said, "because they stopped to ask your room number when they came in." He says, and I just told him, and he says, "Be very careful." He says,
He says that agency, he says they are known rip-offs in this area. And I talked to an Albuquerque vice cop about a month later, and he was telling me that he says they get so many guys call and say they've been ripped off by an agency down there.
How do you call and say you've been ripped off?
You wanted the massage and she just took the money and left. You could always call that.
Yeah.
Why not? But then again, she'll lie. She could lie and go, he hit me.
Yep.
All she's got to do is say, he hit me, he pushed me, and then you're arrested. They have to arrest you. So,
Jimmy, have you ever seen a magazine called The Great American Sex Guide?
no.
It's a national publication that lists the Asian massage parlors and the strip clubs.
This guy's almost as despicable as you are, Jimmy. This guy is almost.
I know, he's a pig and a reader.
But he's like the opposite end of the Jimmy spectrum, where Jimmy is safe and knows what he's doing and is a seasoned pro. This guy is just tripping through, skipping through life with his shoelaces
running
untied.
willy-nilly with an erection and $50 in his hand.
Running, banging into cops with his cock.
I called this girl. She had a dick.
Yeah, I was waiting for that story.
Yeah, and plus whatever he has to say. Oh.
I go to a lot of these Asian massage parlors.
What, they're awful.
Yeah, well, some of them are. It depends. I mean, the place that I go to on a rig, I go to like once a month, and I actually write it off on my taxes as a medical expense because I get a massage too.
Dude, Dennis from the Bunny Ranch took me to get one like 3 weeks ago when he was in New York. It was like a $50 special. Dennis knows all these places. And I get up there, and it's like a really cool scene, but I'm kissing the girl's shoulder, and I can smell the breath of the guy before. I swear to God.
Gay. Totally gay.
No, it's not gay. It just stunk. It turned me off. I could, you know that breath smell when somebody licks skin? I could smell it on her shoulder.
Yum.
Yeah, but there's a place out. There's a couple of places out here in Colorado that I've gone to that, I mean, they take pride in keeping the place clean and keeping the girls clean. I mean, you go in there.
They hose them down after you're done.
Right.
Here's a little rule.
We scrub a whore.
Here's a little rule. You can only talk to me about hookers once you've gone through what I've gone through and had one stink up your bathroom. Once that's happened, you can call in. I had one excuse herself. She was gone too long, and I'm like, I know what she's doing. And she walked out, and the telltale sign, she closed the door behind her. I'm thinking, who do you think you're dealing with?
Really?
Sneaky
course.
Pete, you?
Of course you knew.
Yeah, it stunk.
Couldn't hold it in.
Coke, probably doing coke.
Oh.
What's that?
Jimmy, you and I could probably spend 3 or 4 hours talking about hookers.
And I hope we do.
Thank you, George. George, thank you.